everyone, today's it is about when he tastes your chapstick. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Let's get going. You screamed, startled by a sudden tickle on your neck. You turned to see Bakugou, his face inches from yours, his fiery red eyes glinting with mischief. His lips were curled into a playful smirk as he continued to lightly graze his fingers against your skin. "What's gotten into you?" you asked, trying to stifle a giggle. Bakugou chuckled, his deep voice rumbling through his chest. "I just wanted to get a taste of something sweet," he said, his eyes dropping to your lips. Before you could react, he leaned in and captured your mouth in a fiery kiss. His tongue danced with yours, exploring every corner of your mouth, leaving you breathless and slightly dazed. When he finally pulled away, you were both panting, your faces flushed with heat. Bakugou licked his lips, a satisfied grin spreading across his face. "Wow," he hummed, savoring the lingering flavor of your chapstick. "What flavor is this? Cherry?" You laughed, shaking your head. "Nope, guess again." Bakugou narrowed his eyes, his competitive spirit lingered. He sniffed the air, trying to decipher the scent. "Strawberry?" You giggled again, shaking your head once more. "Give up," you teased. Bakugou frowned, his pride at stake. He couldn't let you beat him in the simple game of flavor identification. He leaned in close, his nose almost touching yours. He inhaled deeply, taking in the sweet, fruity aroma. "It's watermelon," he exclaimed, triumphant. You clapped, impressed by his sharp sense of smell. "How did you even guess that?" Bakugou shrugged, a smug expression on his face. "I'm just that good," he boasted. You rolled your eyes, a smug expression on his face. "I'm just that good." You rolled your eyes, playfully swatting his arm. "Well, you're just lucky," you said. Bakugou chuckled, pulling you into another hug. "Maybe," he admitted, "but I'm also pretty lucky to have you." You nuzzled into his chest, feeling a warmth spreading through your heart. "I love you, Katsuki," you whispered. "I love you too, Leon," he replied, his voice laced with affection. You stood there for a moment, holding each other close, savoring the simple sweetness of your shared moment. The next day, you found yourself applying new chapstick flavors, strawberry this time. You couldn't resist the temptation to tease Bakugou again. As you walked into the living room, Bakugou immediately perked up, his nose twitching. "What's that smell?" he asked, sniffing the air. "It's strawberry," you said with a grin. Bakugou's eyes widened in surprise. "You changed your chapstick flavor?" "Yes, I love trying new things." You nodded, amused by his curiosity. Bakugou couldn't resist the temptation to taste it himself. He leaned in close, his lips almost brushing against yours. "Careful, Bakugou," you warned with a laugh. "You might get addicted." Bakugou ignored your warning, and then took a quick swipe of your chapstick. He licked his own lips, his eyes lighting up with satisfaction. Strawberry," he said appreciatively. "That's kind of delicious." You smiled, enjoying his reaction. "I'm glad you like it," you said. Bakugou pulled you into a hug, his arms tightening around you. "I like everything about you, Lion," he whispered. You leaned into his embrace, feeling a surge of warmth and love. You knew that Bakugou might be rough and explosive on the outside, but he had a soft and caring side that only you got to see. The two of you stood there for a moment, lost in your own thoughts. And all that mattered, when the rest of the world faded away, was the two of you together. The next day, he decided to try an even more new flavor of chapstick. It was a tangy flavor that you had never tasted before. You were curious to see, Bakugou, if you would guess what flavor it was. As you walked into the living room, Bakugou immediately perked up. "Is that another chapstick of yours, Wayan?" he asked, sniffing the air. "Yeah, it is," you said with a grin. Bakugou's eyes widened in surprise. "New flavor?" You nodded, amused by his curiosity. "Yep," you said. Bakugou couldn't resist the temptation to taste it himself. He leaned in close, his lips almost brushing against yours. "Careful, Bakugou," you warned with a laugh. "You might lick this one a bit too much." He ignored your warning and picked you quickly, licking his lips, his eyes lighting up with satisfaction. He hummed. "That's really awesome." You smiled, enjoying his reaction. "I'm glad you like it." Bakugou then pulled you into a hug, his arms tightening around you. "I love it, Wayan," he whispered. You leaned into his embrace, feeling a surge of warmth and love. You knew that Bakugou would be rough and explosive on the outside, but he had a soft and caring side that only you got to see. The two of you stood there for a moment, lost in your own little world. The rest of the world faded away, and all that mattered was the two of you together. "So, what is that flavor?" Bakugou asked, intrigued. "I won't tell you. You have to guess." Bakugou narrowed his eyes. "Challenge accepted." He took another kiss and closed his eyes, savoring the flavor. He tried to identify the different notes, the sweetness, the tartness, the hint of something very, very unexpected. Finally, he opened his eyes and took a deep breath. "I've got it," he exclaimed. "It's..." He paused, trying to find the right words. "It's like a mix of orange and lime," he said, "with a hint of something spicy." You clapped your hands. "You got it." Bakugou grinned triumphantly. "I told you I could do it." You hugged him tightly. "I'm so proud of you, Katsuki." He blushed slightly. "Thanks, Wayan." The two of you stood there for a moment, enjoying your shared victory. It was something silly, yes, but it was still something that you appreciated. The world around you seemed to fade away, and all that mattered in the world was the two of you together. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you liked this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Goodbye.